Champions love crowds. They love crowds of people to praise them for their great deeds. They love crowds of enemies to mow down all at once. Therefore, I wish they could have better pathing for this. Therefore, champions naturally like Trouble in Tuckborough because it has relatively large crowds for an early skirmish. While many skirmishes that have been added since then also have large crowds, such as Icy Crevasse and Attack at Dawn, this is the earliest one you'll encounter, and of course the free one that has the largest crowd size. Now here we have a venomous blood arrow, and I was able to give him a swift kick. Now you'll notice in the background we have this archer that is firing at my soldier. In this case, my soldier is an herbalist, and as an herbalist, my soldier doesn't do any attacking, but does quite a bit of healing, and so therefore can attract the attention of enemies through this. Now for a champion, the biggest headache with the venomous blood arrow is simply that it's a ranged attacker. And ranged attackers, especially when you have one mixed with an archer there, are very hard to get together and to create nice large crowds to mow down with your area attacks. My champion here is level 60. And as you can see, it takes a little bit longer to complete this skirmish at level 60 than it did when I was at level 20. Where is that? Ah, there he is. Take care of this last one, and we'll have our second counterattack. Now, since I'm using an herbalist, I'm losing a little bit of damage per second, but in return I am making it less likely that I am going to get myself bashed in the face and having to retreat. Now with the Deathmonger, I'm going to have to make sure that if I kill anything, I give it a quick boot to keep it from summoning anyone. Like that. Alright. And once the Deathmonger is down, I can take care of the rest. And there we go, both counterattacks defeated. Now for the courtyard. Another Deathmonger. This one is going to be tricky for a champion. If I were a hunter, I would just sit back here, pull the... well, fire on the Deathmonger, knock him out of the picture, and let the herbalist tank everything in the meantime. But the champion is not particularly good in ranged combat. And I probably don't want to go around attracting the attention of whoever's on the other side. Well, actually, I'm a champion. What do I care? I mean, let's face it. If anyone can pull a Leroy Jenkins successfully, it is a champion. And I managed to not go far enough away to get the second lieutenant. So it can be done successfully. It's just that you have to be careful on how far you go in. Oh, wasting that on a single opponent. Oh, it's a Zealot of Pain. Probably best that I didn't attack it. Now, you see that the Zealot made a beeline for my soldier. Now, why my soldier won't attack a Zealot? Well, actually, since I'm dealing with an herbalist, he won't attack at all. All that healing... Ouch. All that healing attracted his attention. Now, he won't heal me while the Zealot is the only thing in the area. Unless, of course, I give an order there. But considering my current morale levels, that's probably not worth the trouble. Now, if I were using a melee... There, he starts healing since the Zealot's down to a quarter. Ooh! 500 marks for completing Zealot of Pain Advanced. It never hurts getting a few extra marks. More stuff to train your soldier with. Now, I am on Winfola right here, which is my main server. So if you really looked up here, you'll see that I'm not exactly in dire need of 500 marks. But perhaps I could find something on which to spend them. Perhaps I could spend some marks on a landscape soldier to have my pocket healer with me wherever I go. Considering I'm about to go into Mirkwood, that might not be too bad of an idea. Not something I would, of course, recommend as the widest spending of marks, but when you've got 100,000 of them, you can see that I was probably a little bit too conservative in how I was spending my marks on this server. This is the server in which I did most of my research when I was making the skirmish guides. And when you do research on skirmish guides, you run a lot of skirmishes. And when you run a lot of skirmishes, you pick up a lot of marks. Now, I am sure there are characters on other servers who wish they had access to these, but those are the breaks. And fills off. Lasts for more than a few seconds here. Screams a little bit, but since this is solo, he doesn't summon any lieutenants. Personally, I think he should have summoned one in solo runs, but Turbine decided that would not be appropriate. And that completes Trouble in Tuckborough with the champion. This is Pine Leaf Needles. May your shield protect you, and your spear never break.